Okay, so morning guys. Hope you're good. So on these streets of life, uh, the people I interact with on this streets of the people I interact with on these streets of life. I classify them into three categories. Number one is called my friends, and it's a very small cycle of people. The number one category is called I call them my friends, and it's a very small category of people. Then there's a second group that I call people I may know, and people I may know is a very big group. Then this third group that I call Doslam. Doslam is a group of impossible people that according to me I've classified them under as harmful to sanity, or people that are not friendly to sanity. They are people that are impossible. So there are people that I've just blacklisted. So those are the three categories of the people I interact with on these streets of life. So for the past few days, I've really been very happy because I've had some people that have really engaged me, and I really like such people. I always tell you that I like people who contradict me, who come forward and contradict me with facts and points. What I don't like is hecklers, people who just make noise with no points and just oppose something with no points. But I really love people who come to oppose me or to go against what I'm saying with points. I really love that, because these people makes I told you knowledge is a continuous process. So in life, these people, when somebody comes to contradict what you're saying with points and facts and logics, it even adds to your knowledge. So that is why I'm always very, very happy when somebody comes to contradict me or with points, somebody who has points. So fast forward, I want to answer some of the people that came forward to contradict me. Number one, this person was just a stranger. Of late, I've been so hard on Palestinians. Yeah, if you followed my videos of late, I've been very hard on Palestinians of late. So somebody just came up and asked me why I'm so hard on Palestinians. And then he had facts. Yeah, he explained to me that these Palestinians, the people who attacked Israel, was a terrorist group in Palestine called Hamas. You see, now when he came to me to talk about this, now you see, now I've gained knowledge. Now I'm informed that there's this terrorist group called Hamas in Israel. When I used to hear this name Hamas, I thought maybe it was a community in Palestine, or maybe a society or some. But he told me that Hamas is a terrorist group. It's an illegal group in Palestine. So he informed me that these Palestinians, this Hamas is just an illegal, a terrorist group in Palestine, and they're the people who went to attack Israel, and those people were armed, and they were trained. So ordinary people are not armed. The ordinary people are not armed and they are not trained, but the people who went to attack Israel were armed and were trained. So they are a militia. It's a terrorist group called Hamas. So I thank you for that information, even though that still does not convince me about the stance I have on Palestine. Let me answer you. Number one, the wise men say, if you don't mind my poo when you bite my butt, I won't mind your brain when I bite your head. If you don't mind my poo when you bite my butt, I won't mind your brain when I bite your head. So let me ask you, when okay, I agree it was terrorists, but they still, whether terrorists or not terrorists, they are Palestinians. So when they went to beat Israel, did they mind that there were children and vulnerable people where they were going to beat? Did they consider that? So if they didn't consider that when they were beating Israel, Israel is also justified not to consider that when they're beating them. That is number one. Number two, those Israelis who are beating Palestinians, you must know that those people are people. They are reasonable people. They are people who have their families, they have sisters, they have mothers, they have children, they have aunties. So you should not just assume that they are animals. They are people who are reasoning and who are using their brains. So they should just talk as if they are animals. Number three, we should also look into a possibility that maybe these Israelites have been before, over time, they have been lenient when they are dealing with these Palestinians, and that is why these Palestinians are growing horns. Maybe they've been considerate before. They've always been considerate of this. What this we are saying, women and children, when they are tackling these people, and that is why this. They say if diplomacy fails, thorax now works. They have all along been diplomatic with these people, considering what you are saying, children and women. And these children and women that we've been living, these ones are the ones that with time, they grow old and then they grow horns and they come to attack again. So what do you do in that case? When you now go, you crush all of them. Because if you leave them, they will grow up, they'll grow horns, and they'll come to do the same. So that should also be put into consideration. Number four, if you look at the news, those people you call terrorists, they have built tunnels, and my good friend, I told you, the people I call my friends, and here the people you see in my videos, I call them my friends. They are always very few. They are by now there are only 3 that I've called my friends. One of them is Guru Think Tank. Then another one is Dr. Tom Ngwema Mbasogo. And then another one is Le Patron. So my friend Dr. Tom Ngwema Mbasogo was telling me yesterday that Israelites, when these people built tunnels under hospitals, this group called Hamas, they built tunnels under hospitals where they hide, under hospitals, whatever. So when these people build these tunnels and they hide there, do you want to tell me that these women, their wives, and these children don't see them? So they built these tunnels under hospitals so that when the Israelis came to look for them, they have tunnels, they hide under tunnels. So these people have problems. They do, you can't beat a hospital or something like that. So these people, these women and children that you're seeing, all see them and know that they're hiding under these places. So that is why I tell you, and they have captured some Israelis and they're hiding. In fact, one woman, Dr. Tom Ngwema Mpasogo, my very good friend, was telling me that one woman was even found dead under a tunnel, under one hospital. So in that case, what can you do if it is you? Beat even that hospital. Because this hospital, these people who are working in this hospital, did they not know that these people are building tunnels here? If they are genuine, why couldn't they alert somebody? They are also hiding these people. So I hope I've answered you that Israel is justified to beat everything there, including everything, every living thing in that land, Israel should beat. And they're justified to do so. So I think I've answered you. Number 2, somebody, the other person, was telling me that Israelites, okay, they were given that land by God. Then the problem is that they are encroaching, they are extending their borders, they are extending into Palestinian land. Now that one, I have two answers for you. Number one, which year were they given that land, that piece of land by God? So you calculate the number of the year that they were given that land. Up to now, how many years are those? If people are giving birth and multiplying, do you think they can still fit in that land? So this is just common sense. Common sense tells us that they have to extend and they have to expand somewhere. So that is common sense. That is not even much to do. That is common sense. They have, because they are giving birth and they are many. Now they must extend. So that is common sense, more common sense. Number two, when I was a teenager, I was very naughty. So, okay, let me give you a brief history. My grandfather had a photo that he took with greeting the then Vice President Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. So that photo was taken when my grandfather was shaking hands with Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, the then Vice President. That photo hangs on my grandma's wall to date, even though both Jaramogi and my grandfather, everybody is deceased, but that photo hangs on that wall to date. So, as a teenager, I used to be very naughty in school. When I was in primary school, I used to know this girlfriend thing. I used really to like this girlfriend thing. So I used to have girlfriends in school. So some weekends I used to bring those girls. Okay, we used to have a date. They come to my home, then they spend over the weekend. So I used to have that problem. The parents of these girls, they were like classmates, and then now they come on Saturday. I stay with them up to Sunday, my home. So their parents used to report. The police come to my home. But let me tell you, my grandfather's photo shaking hands with Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, the former vice president, used to be on the wall. So when police came into my grandma's house to arrest me for staying with this, that is a long time. That is when I was my teenage. The police, when they entered my grandmother's house, on the wall they saw that photo of my grandfather shaking hands with the former deputy president. That was my immunity. So I was never arrested because of my grandfather shaking hands with the deputy president. That was my immunity against arrest. So I was never arrested. I was only warned. So that was the deputy president, who was also the late former deputy president, shaking hands with my grandfather. Now, this is Israel. God talked to Moses. God spoke to Moses one-on-one. Now, this is God, and this is Moses, and this is speaking, and that was a photo. So, Vice President, God. That photo, this one is speaking, direct speech. So if just a picture and of a vice president, and the vice president is also the late, and here, if all that can warrant me immunity from arrest, only that can warrant me immunity from arrest. And here now is God, and God spoke live, and the God is not even the late, God is there up to now. Now, do you think how much do you think it should warrant the Israelites? Those people should even leave that land if they want that land, the Palestinians are fighting for. They should consider that these people, God has spoken to them live one-on-one, and that God is still there up to now. Now they should even give that land. They should not even wait for Israelites to come to encroach into that land. They should be giving that land free of charge to the Israelites and finding other ways to go, because this one is somebody who has talked to God. If only my grandfather greeted Vice President, all of them are the late, that warranted me immunity from arrest, from police. What more do you think should these people, the fact that they spoke to God, do to them? So, I think I've answered you. Then now, this other person who also told me that the United Nations is also now taking interest in that case. this one friend of mine, I was telling him that nobody can beat this Israel. Nobody can try this Israel. Nobody will stop them from doing what they are doing. I even told him that you can take America, take Egypt, take Putin, take Britain. These people that brag Iraq, these people who brag to be so sophisticated and so sophisticated, take them, all of them, and join them all together and let them make one force and come against Israel. They cannot beat Israel. And then that my friend was telling me that now those ones, there's somebody in YouTube here called Vinivite. So that my friend was telling me that those ones are now stories Ajaba. It's okay. You know what I talk here, you will call them those stories Ajaba. But let me tell you, I told you the information I get from my friends, Le Patron, Dr. Tom Nguema, and Guru Think Tank. The moment I get any information from them, I don't need to ask any further. Because that information is legitimate. I'm just sure. So the Englishman say, show me your friends, I'll tell you who you are. So when I show you my 2-3 friends, you know who I am. I don't just talk. I don't just open my mouth to talk things that are just. And I told you before, truth survives the test of time. So when I say things here, you will take them like this person took them as stories Ajaba. But the test of time, you will see these things happening. I told you nobody can beat this Israel, and I'm still telling you, nobody will beat this Israel, can beat. You see, let me tell you one thing, even this America, don't think there is anything true or anything real in the friendship of America and Israel. There is nothing real there. There is no real friendship between America and friendship. America is somebody who just takes advantage of people. So if America pretends to be your friend, know that they have an interest somewhere. So even this friendship between America and Israel, I cannot even call it. It's not a genuine friendship. Number one, it's not a genuine friendship. Number two, I cannot even call it a friendship of mutual interest, because it's not even of mutual interest, because the interest of America is greater. You know something of mutual interest, your interest almost balances, even if it doesn't have balance, but the interest, this one's interest and the other person's interest, almost they must balance. But this American relationship of America and Israel is not of mutual interest even. Because America, I told you America knows very well that these Israelites, I told you these Israelites are adapted to, they have suffered and they have features that they have adapted to features that any other human beings don't have. And America knows that. And that is why America is using Israel to make its defense system sophisticated. Because they know Israelites are adapted and they have features that no other human beings have. So America is just using Israel. There is no genuine friendship that America is having with Israel. America is using Israel because they know these features that these people have. They are sophisticated. So America is using them. Israel is also using Israel. I think they also think they are benefiting, but they are not even benefiting. Because they are using America propaganda. You know America? No. They say, the wise men say that if the lions don't have their storytellers, tales of the hunt will always glorify the hunter. So America has captured all the media. 80% of the media in the world are under America. The America have captured the media. Or about 80% or over 80% of the media America has captured. So the world media, they always glorify the hunter. That is America. It's not that the hunter is more glorified than the lion. No, the lion is glorified than the hunter. But the storytellers, all the storytellers are the group of hunters. So they always glorify all the stories, all the tales glorify the hunter. All the tales glorify America. You'll see America, things that they show you, America what, America be. America is not just great that they show you. The lion is greater than the hunter. It's only that the storytellers are all the group of the hunter. That is why all the tales glorify the hunter. This America is not great. So maybe the Israelis are benefiting of that, because Israelis, they need somebody to warn the general people. like these Palestinians. They need somebody to warn these people that they should not try Israel, because Israel does not even like beating these people like they are doing. But these people are forcing. So they need somebody to warn the general public never to try them. So this propaganda of America can help in that. Now people will see that, hey, America is supporting them. And like now people are saying America was brought to 350 watt, laying ambush there where they're beating Israel. So those are the things America, so that people can be warned, so that people cannot try them. But it's not that America is doing so much. It's only that they don't want to harm people. They know they can do so bad to people, but they don't want to do so bad to people. So the propaganda, people see that America is with them, people will fear. And that is what they want. Which is also of not of much benefit to them, but they don't want to harm people. They know people will be coming and they will be beating so many people, so they don't want to beat people. So they're using that American propaganda so that people can fear, so that people cannot try like these Palestinians who are committing suicide by going to attack Israel. No, that was just committing suicide. That they were doing. They were committing suicide. So there is no genuine friendship between America and Israel, never. And when I talk things here, somebody told me that story, okay, wait. I told you truth survives the test of time. So truth will survive the test of time. You'll see that what I'm saying here is the truth. So the last one, somebody told me that the United Nations are now getting interest into this issue of Palestine and Israel. So I'm not going to comment on this United Nations. Why? Because I've never taken interest on this United Nations. So, but I told you the respect I give to you is directly proportional to the integrity, to your integrity. That is why I've told you, even this America, I don't respect it so much. Let me give it a percentage. The percentage of respect I give to America is 60%. Israel, I give 95% respect. The respect I give to you is directly proportional to your integrity. How you just to deal with other people. So America, I think if it's even less than 60%. Britain too, 60%, around 60 to 70. Because America is manipulative. And America, so many, I told you, lies. Always, one day, lies, you don't survive the test of time. So America's lies some of them have always been brought into light. So they are very manipulative people. So that is why I don't respect them so much. I give them 60. Britain also I give 60 to 70. But Israel, I give 95%. The respect I give to you is directly proportional to your integrity. So this UN, I've not been followed because I've never taken interest in this UN, United Nations thing. I've never been following it. So I'll not answer this person who told me about UN. Give me time. I'm going to dig deep into how this UN have tackled issues before, how it has been handling matters before, and then I'll see. Then I'll come back and answer you about this United Nations. But so far I don't have an answer for that because I've never taken interest on it. I only heard of UN when it was coming to Kenya during the post-election violence, when they sent somebody called Kofi Annan or whatever, Condoleezza Rice, I don't know who, but I've never been so interested in this UN thing. So I'll go back into my books and into my whatever information sources. Then I'll dig deep about the history of this UN, how it has been handling matters, and the rate of integrity that it has. Then I'll come back to answer you. Otherwise, guys, just have a nice time till we meet again in another video.